Alrighty now. Welcome back to the Cable Data Science channel. Uh, this is the second part of our Let's Rock the Power BI and SSIS video series. Tonight we're actually going to get down to the fun stuff, do a little analysis using Power BI. Quickly, let's take a look at our data. If you're not sure how I got this data into the SQL Server database, be sure to check out the previous video. Okay. And you can see it's nothing special. I'll point out that entity can be a country, it can be a continent, it can be an income group, and it can also be a total for the world. Okay, so you have one row for each country for each year. Okay, and the life expectancy in years. Okay, year is an integer, and life, of course, is a float. So let's close that. And we're going to be using a direct connection from Power BI to a SQL Server database, which is kind of handy. If any of you have ever used a SSIS, well, Power BI's Power Query mode is very close. It's really almost the same thing. Okay, the difference is one's on the server and the other's on the desktop. Okay, over here, over here. You could select the database, but this way you can actually see what the basic setup is when you open it up. So now it's loaded. Here's the local host. Here's all of our databases, right? And here's our world in data. Okay, so I'll go over here. I'm going to take this. Alright, life expectancy. So we can actually start right off the bat, okay? Let's start right off the bat, or close and apply. And let's start by plotting the US versus the world and the income groups by year, okay? I'll point out that years on the x-axis, right? Life in years on the y-axis. Entity is going to be the legend. Okay. Oh, well, look at all those legends. Look at all this stuff there. Well, you know what? Let's do. Let's start from year. Advanced filtering. Greater than. I don't know. Greater than. Say 19. See how that works. Okay. Let's filter entity. So let's take world. And the United States. Okay. So let's go from, let's come back down here. Let's try 1940, see what happens. Okay, good. So we got our numbers in years, okay? And we go over here. What can we do? Over here, x-axis, y-axis, legend, top left. Do a title. Wonder why it's picking such a boring color for the one. That's interesting. Okay, this is expect. I should be able to spell expectancy right. Life spaces such as right up there at the top right. Let's see. Of course, as always, my friends, don't be bashful. Stop by the chat session and say hi, okay? And let's come up here. Grid lines. Grid lines are fine. Zoom slider. Oh, look at that. Very nice. Very nice. Let's just do x-axis. Okay. Very nice. Let's go over here now. Let me do this. Look at this. Look at this. Yowza. All right. I don't know how I overlooked that before. Let's see. So where are we here now? We need to. We got the title. General properties. Position. Visual. Let's make the series online solid, joint shroud. Look at that. How about not at all? Let's make I guess we'll just leave the color the way they are. Let's see. Of course, this isn't really sum. Shade error markers, data labels. What's the data look like? Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's kind of cool, isn't it? That's kind of cool. I like that. Let's turn off the x-axis in that case. Let's turn off the y-axis in that case. How about that? And let's see if we can rename it somehow. How do we rename it? Let's see. Very nice. Okay, very nice. Okay, so let's create another plot. I really like that. I like the numbers up there. Let's create another plot. We could, of course, do this. What do you think? This or this? Let's go with this. And let's insert another line plot. Let's bring it up here. That's close enough. Then let's come over here this time and do what? Let's put year again on the y-axis, right? On the x-axis. And what? An entity over here. Well, that's kind of messy, isn't it? Okay, let's come over to filters. Entity. Let's only look at incomes. Basic filtering. Search. You know, it's probably using the same filter over there, isn't it? Okay, let's go over here then. Y-axis legend lines. Series solid. Let's do pixels. Let's do okay. Let's see. Now this obviously colors, shaded area, markers, data labels. That's what I'm looking for. Series labels. How would this look? Yeah. Okay. So we got two plots here. Let's come back up here. X-axis titles. What about a subtotal? Let's come down to subtitle then. Off, on. Okay. So we've got two decent plots, don't we? Who's up the top here? It's interesting that it's not sorting the titles, is it? But the biggest is the high income country, right? The biggest is the high income countries, just to be expected, I guess. Eek, what happened over there? What happened over there? So let's add a slider. What if the slider works over here for both of them? You know what, let's do? Let's put the legend to the right. That's a little better, I think. What happened over here again? Huh. Weird. Okay. There. That's a little better. Let's see. Well, in that case, let's put this one over there also, just to be consistent. What? Why does this do this for? Why does this keep disappearing? As always, my friends, if you're in the background there, be sure to stop by and say hi, okay? Let's go over here now, and back over here. Let's do a save. More options. Browse device. There we go. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's come back over here. Something's not right over there, is it? Let's see. What is that then? You know what the other thing must be? It must be, is it a, that's, so it's not that. I bet what it is, I bet that is Visual Legend. See, I don't understand what that right there is. X-axis, Y-axis. Okay, because what it is, we're seeing that up there. I'm not sure what it is. Okay, not sure what it is. So there's our first two plots. Now I'm going to come back over here. We're going to do an edit query. I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to call this alright. You're going to come over here like so. Load more. Alright. So that's good. We got this. So what we want to do now we get a little tricky. Okay, now we'll get a little tricky. Transform. We only want 2 dates. 50 and 23. Okay. Now come up here, you transform, we do pivot. So now we got, now we got 2 years. We get the earliest date and the latest date for each income group. Okay. So what we're going to do now, we want to create two columns. One is going to be the difference, or the years gained. The other is going to be the percentage gain. Custom column. Okay. So who gained the most? So upper income, I'm going to make a stab and say upper income countries did the most. Now let's do a second custom column. We want to divide 1950 by, and now we got a percent. Okay. Let's change both of these to a fixed decimal. Okay. Now we come back over to home. We do a save and a load. Okay. So let's create a new page. Visualizations. Let's do this. Entity on the x-axis. Entity on the x-axis. Well, I mean, we could, for instance, we could do something like this. And now we got them sorted also. So this would be the life expectancy for each income group. All right. So that's sort of interesting. We can see the start and the end. Okay, that's not bad. That's not too bad. So what we're seeing is we're seeing the 1950 income or average life expectancy for each group in the 2023. So now let's try something a little different here. All right. And again, we want entities on the x-axis. And the years gained on the y-axis. See what they're hang on a second here. This isn't right. When you do a fixed decimal, it converts it to a dollar sign, dollars. Anyway, you can see the number of years gained by group. And what about, we did percent gained for tooltips. So now you can see is that the lower middle income group increased by 59%, 76%. Okay, even though the countries are the largest, with the largest, hang on a second here. Hang on a second here. You gotta come back over and fix this query over here. Okay. Change type to decimal type. Right? Replace. The thing that's odd is you can't, you apparently, so let's just stretch this across here, I guess, okay? Then let's create another plot down below. And let's make that again, x-axis is titles and years gained. All right? Let's just check our types again. How come you can't? I bet we can. I bet we can. A regular plot. Over here, let's say entity. Let's put X and 50. There. Okay. That still looks like dollars to me. That is really odd. Let's come up here and take a look at something over here. Okay. So why is this looking like $1? What I'm looking for here is display units. Okay, so that still appears to be saying for whatever reason. Okay, so for whatever reason, it still looks like it's displaying in a dollar format. Okay, so we're just going to move on. We're just going to move on. So now, this gives us the average life expectancy for income group for 1950 and 1923. So now we can come over here, take another look at X, and we can do something like years gained. Okay. See, it's still saying that it's $1, even though it's not $1. Okay, but we're not going to worry about that for right now. Okay. Let's go over. Let's do a third one. Again, entity. And this time we want to look at percent gain. Okay. And what would be nice with this one to be, what about data labels? Okay, good. Y-axis. Okay. Let's go, let's view. Let's do page view. Actual size. So this doesn't look too bad, does it? Yeah, I don't know why. That's displaying as dollar signs because it's not dollar signs in the in the so I like this plot here because it's got the number of years on actually displayed along on the various things. Life expectancy, of course. But this one over here is probably let's do a fit to page. Okay. Then let's use this as our screenshot. Okay. And with that, my dear friends, a nice 30-minute session. We basically recreated all the plots using a simple pivot function that we created in Google Sheets a couple of nights ago. Okay?